Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we are going to deep dive into first our panel discussion for the day, which is going to talk about lessons for India on adaptability from global trends. Now, it is my honor to welcome our esteemed panelists on stage, and I'd like you to join me with a round of applause. So firstly, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm going to get straight to the point and ask my first question to you, which is to you, Neha. Is following a global trend a win-win for Indian businesses? Your thoughts?
Thank you for having me here. Very good morning, everyone. I think following the global trend is definitely something which is win-win situation across globe. Uh, Recently, if you ask what are the current trends, let me point out few of them. One is e-commerce. Second one is like we are having digital transformation. And third and the biggest one is blockchain technology and metaverses. These are the current upcoming trends which we are looking into as perspective of Indian businesses. If you look at the overall current market, blockchain market, it is around 7.8 billion across globe. And right now in India, we are having 300 millions market capture of blockchain and metaverses. It is predicted that overall it would reach 163 billion across globe. And in India, right now, we are expecting in 10 years of time, we are going to achieve 4 billion, which is very less, I guess, as compared to the entire growth over entire across globe. So what I suggest that adopting the global trend would be a win-win situation for Indian businesses. And the biggest example is our company, IntelliBlock Technology. We are into blockchain and metaverses, and we in a very short span of time, like around 5 months, we have by adopting the recent trend blockchain technology, we have achieved 1 million. We have become $1 million company. So I think definitely
Yeah,
Indian
this is
perspective, it is superb.
absolutely with that live example of your own company. I think we get the point that global trend can become a win-win situation for Indian businesses. But you also give a lot of staggering numbers. So I just want to ask my co-panelist if you have to add anything to this question, or I can move on.
Definitely. Thank you for asking. Definitely, metaverse is something which can change the world and the entire business processes because, considering and frankly speaking, India is one of those countries which adapt the technology very fast. But the problem is we don't use that for our own. So that is something which is very scary if we think about down the line 10 years and 20 years when still right now there are more than 2 million people who are working for Salesforce. They are Salesforce engineers, certified Salesforce engineers, but there are only 1.5 lakh companies which are using Salesforce in India. There are multiple number of companies who are working on blockchain from India, and they are operating from India. Metaverse is operated from India, but most of them is used by other nations, not by our own nation, right? Yeah, I mean, that's a real situation in the country. So businesses need to be very open to adapt these things first. Secondly, this is a time when they need to think about adapting the technology with world, not just let it tested by world and then we come forward to adapt that. We need to be with the world and we need to adapt that quickly that other countries are adapting them.
Wonderful, thank you. I think some key words that I hear is that India needs to start experimenting the technology with the companies that are Indian and not test it first, right? Great points. So my next question, Almas, is to you. While India does get inspired by global trends, one needs to adapt these trends to suit Indian sensibilities, right? And keep in mind regional biases as well. What are your thoughts on that?
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for having me on the panel. Like my colleague here spoke about the digital revolution, and you rightly talked about the adaptability of digital revolution all over the world. So we have a very optimistic target of a $5 trillion by 2025, right? To get to that, we need to adapt to certain trends that are happening in the world. I think China is leading the digital revolution, so to speak. About 8% of their GDP it comes from the digital revenue. I think we are about 2.5%, and we are picking up pretty fast. So that's one of the trend. I would say for a country like India, right, we have to be catching up with the global trends, right? We have seen a lot of development, and especially after pandemic. There has been, quick access to the digital. Digital payments, or in the healthcare center, or in a lot of other ecosystems, right? So when we talk about India, right? India is, yeah, I mean, as much as we are, as much as we want to implement digital revolution, but we are a very diverse country. We talk about regional biases. So we are a very diverse country, with many languages and many regions, and we have our own set of challenges, right? So, I mean, I think we cannot have one policy for all of us, right? We need to have, like I talked about the regional languages. I mean, if we talk about the digital advancement in banking, even though our UPI, the transaction, I mean, it's almost hitting, we're looking at billion transactions in a day. But then again, we still have a lot of people who live in villages who do not have access to, internet, right? So we cannot have one policy for all. We need to have policies, considering the regional biases and having policies in phases wise. That's what I feel.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Almas. Chitakant, my next question is to you. What are the major trends that are emerging in the tech space that you think India has to follow?
Well, first of all, the artificial intelligence. I mean, AI is one of those tech trends which are going quite well, not just with our neighboring countries, but when you see the global presence of AI is moving toward a very next level. And again, the metaverse, as Neha said, yeah, I mean, metaverse is something which can not just change the entire, business processes, but this can be a very big breakthrough for the businesses even. Metaverse, I mean, I would like to enlighten something here, that metaverse is not just about gaming, it's not just about conference, it's not just about any concert, it's more than that. When you, yeah, exactly. So when you think about metaverse from your business prospect, you can easily not just delight your customers, your businesses, or the vendors you are serving to them, but also give them a very insightful, a very intelligent way to communicate within the business. But the major problem is that businesses are not open to accept these changes. Right now, we can see businesses which are earning more than 5 CR or up to 10 CR. They are available only on Amazon and Flipkarts. That's the real problem. They are ready to share 30 to 40% of their actual revenue with these companies, but they are not open to accept that we need to go digital. Where are their websites? Where are their social presence? Where are their digital presence? So that is something which is really important to learn and accept from the business prospect, because metaverse, AI, I mean, websites and all the digital marketing platforms are not just made for B2C customers. It's more than that. It's majorly made for B2B customers. When you are having a sales team, when you are having a marketing team, they are not just there to contact or to talk to people right away, and they just shoot the product or services among them. I mean, it's a very common practice. We all get a call every day to buy a credit card, to go for a loan or something. But where is the interaction? The interaction is missing. The interactivity is missing. And that is something which should come into place with the help of technology, with the help of metaverse, with the help of AI. You need to understand the customers. They are not just a buying machine. You are not just a selling machine. You have to understand their pain. You have to understand that what's the need of the customers, what is the need of businesses. So once you understand that, you can easily implement AI, metaverse, and other things into businesses, which can not just help you in selling, but also delighting and leaving an effect to your to the businesses and customers, which will keep you there in their mind for long.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Chitrakant. I think some great points made here that we need to make sure that our customers are not just a data point on our Excel sheets, but they are actually humans feeling and interacting with your brand. Very well said. So, my last question, of course, is to you, Mr. Ajay Sharma. Globally, yoga has quite become mainstream. Can self healing techniques be something that India could export to the West?
Hello. Yes, thank you for your question. Uh, First of all, I would like to mention that we not only want to go along with the world. It is not the only requirement. We should go ahead of the world. We are Indians, so sabse aage. Uh, Definitely, this pandemic has changed the whole scenario of this complete planet, and healing, health, and wellness has become the prime requirement for everyone. Uh, Yoga, of course, is one of the things which makes you physically strong. Meditation gives you more stable mind. But I have something more to tell to you beyond these things. Power of powers. This is a science which is beyond any science in this universe, limitless, and it can accomplish even the impossible things. So one of the examples is that Mumbai doesn't have, even after the red alert, it has very nominal rains because power of powers is here in Mumbai right now. So see, we are exporting this power of powers energy system to across 100 countries. Already lives of more than 18,000 people have been transformed through this. So this is the science which needs to be transferred to the whole world by educating people about this, and definitely the other things, yoga, meditation, and other things also, so that people across the world not only get acknowledged with them, they can change their own lives, not only on physical level, but it gives overall abundance, health, wealth, love, peace, joy, happiness, beautiful relationships, whatever the people desire, whatever they deserve, and total transformation so that they don't have to look back in their life. And that is what makes this whole planet a beautiful place to live in. So power of powers is the future, and it will transform the whole world. So let us join hands together and put this thing towards the whole world so that this mankind enjoys this true bliss, and then the earth will be a more beautiful place to live in. We definitely, all of us need this. This is the need of the time, need of the hour. Power of powers, the limitless science. It has done wonders, means there is no physical ailment. Even the brain dead persons were revived by this science. Even means weather, flight timings, stock market change. So it works on all aspects. So this, people need to know this, and we can definitely, we are already exporting this, and we need to do this and tell the whole world that this is new, but yes, this is the future, and life transforming thing, very powerful. Let the world know. So I would like everyone to join hands with us and put this forward to this whole world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma. I am a little speechless with this. I would love to know more about power of powers and manifest whatever we would like to in the future and make this world a beautiful place to live in. So I think during network time, Mr. Sharma, I'm sure a lot of them are going to come and speak to you to understand how to adapt to power of power energy.
We would love to share this with everyone, and if time permits, we can have a little 10 minutes experience to everyone present here with this power of powers energy, which is the superwoman herself can make you there experience this energy.
That's wonderful. I hope we can find some time for that. But thank you, Mr. Sharma, for sharing those thoughts with us. I think we're going to take just one question. And while I get some info, please stay here with me. All right, so quickly just checking in. If any of you would like to ask a question to our panelists, this is the time. We have only time for one question, maybe? Anybody? But I don't have to give him an introduction, but my panelists and everybody sitting out there can see we have with us the superstar, Kumar Sanuji, here with us. A big hand, very warm welcome. Of course, we'll officially welcome him on stage in a bit, but he has also been a change maker in the music industry. So we'd like to ask you, Kumar Sanuji, that what is it that you brought as a change maker to the music industry? If you could just share a few words with us.
सबसे पहले तो मैं ह्यूज मेरे दिल से बहुत बहुत बधाई दूंगा कि आप लोगों ने ये एक प्रयास किया जो मेघा श्रेय प्रेजेंट्स ईटी चेंज मेकर्स, मतलब चेंज मेकर्स के लिए आपने ये जो आज हो रहा है, इट्स रियली समथिंग मेरे लिए तो बहुत बड़ी बात है, क्योंकि हम लोगों ने भी बहुत कोशिश किया इस इंडस्ट्री को थोड़ा सा चेंज करके कुछ देने के लिए। तो शायद आप लोगों ने सुना होगा जब आशिकी रिलीज हुआ था, आप लोगों को हिंदी समझ में आ रहा है ना? हाँ, मेरा हिंदी बहुत ख़राब है इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ। तो क्या है, जब आशिकी का एक मौका हमें मिला था, उस समय डेफिनेटली गुलशन कुमार, यू नो, टी सीरीज़, नादिम सरवन हमारे साथ म्यूज़िक डायरेक्टर थे और महेश भाट जी। तो हमें ऐसा लगा था उस समय ब्रेक डांस एंड डिस्को डांसर ये सब बहुत ज़्यादा चल रहा था। तो उस समय हमारे पास जब ये गाना आते हैं तब हम लोगों ने मिल के एक तय किया था कि हम फुल ऑफ सेमी क्लासिकल एंड मेलोडी को मार्केट में डालते हैं, देखते हैं क्या होता है। तो गुलशन जी इसमें सबसे ज़्यादा रिस्क लिया था, बाकी वॉइस में जो कुछ करना है तो हम लोगों ने किया था। एंड पब्लिक ने उसको बहुत पसंद किया, जो आज भी हाईएस्ट सेलिंग म्यूज़िक आशिकी नाउ इट इज़ ऑल्सो। तो ये बहुत बड़ी बात है हमारे लिए कि 10 के 10 गाने हिट थे। तो हमने वही कोशिश किया कि सिंपल वे में लोगों के पास मेलोडी को पहुंचाना, एंड वही किया था जिसमें लोगों ने उसको बहुत पसंद किया। एंड आफ्टर दैट आशिकी के बाद आई थिंक 12 to 14 ईयर्स, 15 ईयर्स तक, 15 ईयर्स के ऊपर तक मेलोडी को कोई हटा नहीं पाया। मेलोडी, लोग अच्छे गाने बने, लोगों ने अच्छे गाने सुने। तो आई फील प्राउड ऑफ दैट कि आज ये चेंज मेकर्स में आके कि हमारा एक अच्छा लग रहा है कि चलो हम लोगों ने भी म्यूज़िक में थोड़ा सा चेंजेस लाए थे कभी, जिनको एक्सेप्ट किया लोगों ने। एंड थैंक यू फॉर योर ब्यूटीफुल, आप लोगों ने जो किया, जिन लोगों ने चेंज किया, हमारे समाज में चेंजेस बहुत ज़रूरी है। एंड ये चेंज मेकर्स जो लोग हैं उनको मैं नमन करता हूँ। रियली दे आर सुपीरियर फॉर मी।
Thank you, Sanuda. Give him a big hand.
थैंक यू।
और
थैंक यू। नहीं, थैंक यू
in a bit, sir. Thank
नहीं,
you, sir.
डेफिनेटली थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सानुदा। एंड कौन अग्री नहीं करेगा कि वो जो मेलोडी का दौर आया हम सब ने एंजॉय किया और आज तक करते हैं। थैंक यू सो मच सानुदा वंस अगेन। थैंक यू। Yes, please put your hands together. Don't hold back.
थैंक यू ऑल, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
But right now, I want to thank my panelists on stage. Thank you so much for bringing these global trends that we see as something that Indian businesses should definitely adapt. So thank you so much for your time and insights here with us.